Let's take a look at the 7-foot junior big man out of Arizona, Christian Koloko. And with big men like Koloko, I always like to start in the ball screen and roll, where at 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, he's obviously a guy you can throw it up to the rim and he's going to finish alley-oops and dunks. But that's where the questions start with Koloko. How else does he finish around the rim? Didn't see a ton in the short roll. And even in the ball screen, I would like to see him explode out of these screens just a little bit more to the basket, putting pressure on the rim, and just didn't see enough of these where he catches and then is able to finish even just with a layup. He was 45% on layups in all play types, and he was only 6 of 21 with his left hand. So you'll see here as he rolls out of this one, catches, low man comes to help, so it's not going to be a dunk or an alley-oop, and you see he's not just quite as comfortable finishing off that possession. We're going to see here again, he does get one of those short roll possessions, able to catch, and he's even going to go to his favorite around the rim over his left shoulder right hand hook and doesn't finish that one. I do believe in the hook shot in general, but definitely something he has to work on is expanding his all-around finishing game in the ball screen and roll situations. Now, as we look at the rest of his offensive game, definitely a guy that can play in the dunker spot, as you see the drive here. And again, you can throw it up to him, able to finish the alley-oop. And even here, cutting all the way from the corner, times it up pretty good as his man is committing. And again, finishes in the alley-oop. Really good in those situations, but you're going to see a similar one here, not an alley-oop, not a dunk, has to finish with a little bit more finesse with the layup and just isn't able to do so. Would have liked to see more of that from Christian Koloko. Offensive rebounding, 2.6 per game this past season. Loved him here as he spun off his post up to get inside position, goes up and gets it, and then you do see that nice little hook shot over his left shoulder. And you're going to see it again here as he makes a tough contested catch, able to shot fake, spin, and he really likes getting to that left shoulder with the right-handed hook. He just has to add more to it, which we'll show in just a second. But first, I did want to highlight his passing just a little bit. Only 1.4 assists a game, 1.6 turnovers a game. I talked about not getting a ton of short roll opportunities to showcase this, but when he got double teamed, he did show an ability to read the defense and make a nice pass. You see it there, but what he has to add to his game is more of a repertoire in the post offense if this is something he's going to bring to the table. So you see here he spins and he always wants to get back to that left shoulder and just doesn't really get a good look on that possession. Another thing I would have liked to see more of is in transition. Now, this is off the jump ball, but you're going to see him take off right away. I think he can run the floor really well as he catches, goes to that little hook shot, but not able to finish it. I wanted to see more of this, and he's not going to get the ball, but this is what he has the ability to do for himself if he catches this. Or look at what he does to the defense as he forces this weak side defender into the lane, allows the cross court pass, and gets his teammate an open look. If he's not going to be super proficient as a post-up guy or bring more to the table in the ball screen and roll outside of lobs and dunks, I think running in transition is something he can really help expand his all-around offensive game. And then obviously the shooting, something that's been talked about a lot because at the combine he went 16 to 25 from 3 in the star drill. His free throw shooting improved every year up to 74% on almost 4 attempts this last season. You see him just take one dribble into that one and knock it down. Had less than 20 attempts on the season. Shot it pretty well. Is he able to do stuff like this out of the dunker spot? Step out against the contest, doesn't knock this one down. So I think that shooting could be an X factor for him as well. If it's true, if it's as real as some people may think or what he showcased at the combine and in drills, then that obviously adds a completely different element to his game, could even become a pick and pop guy. Now let's look at the defensive end of the floor. We're going to start with the ball screen defense, where he does a couple different things. A lot of drop coverage. So we're going to see here, I thought he did a great job recognizing his teammate gets hugged up on the screen. So he really stepped out there initially, but I think he does a good job now retreating back to his man. Now his teammate starts to get beat again, so he's going to step to the ball handler, and I just think he does a really good job not overcommitting, but being able to play both. Again, his teammate's behind for a second, so he plays up, but as he recovers, Koloko recovers back to his man and is actually able to get a hand on that pass. He averaged almost 1 steal a game. I do have this one question. So you see here, he plays a little bit high, is going to recover. What is his ability going to be like in the NBA to retreat and contest lobs at the rim? Against NBA bigs, are they going to be able to run to the rim and catch stuff over him? I don't know that I have an answer for that based off the film I saw, but in general, I thought he did a really good job being able to play both. And then recovering to like a pick and pop guy. So here, Peyton Watson, real good young player from UCLA. Koloko's able to close out, and then you see his ability to move his feet here and stay in front. He did play out in space a little bit, as we'll see on this clip, when Arizona asked him to blitz and trap the ball screens. So you see his ability to move his feet there, and now he's going to recover all the way into the lane, time this one up, and actually get a block, protect the rim. So I know switchability is always a question with these bigs coming into the NBA because of the way the game is played. And I can't say that he was in that situation a lot, but I thought those clips showed how he looked when he was asked to play in space by Arizona. And then just looking at his rim protection in general, great timing here. And then obviously the 7'5" wingspan, 9'5" standing reach, he's going to be able to contest some things. Just like in drop coverage, I think he does a good job staying home. Here, he stays home as long as he can, but eventually his man is completely beat and he's able to come across and eliminate that one. 2.8 blocks per game this past season for Koloko. As with a lot of bigs, he is prone to the shot fake at times. Definitely something he has to continue to work on. And then protecting the paint in true post-up situations. So one thing I was impressed with is I thought he held his ground really well. Now remember, he is a junior already, so he's had a little bit of time to work on his body. But in general, he forced tough contested shots when he was just trying to get back down. Where he did give up a little bit is whenever an offensive player went to a finesse move like here, where he spins off of him, able to step through and finish. And then another one against Houston as he gives up the duck in and then the drop step across to the other side. So I do think that's an area where he'll have to improve. He may be able to hold up just in terms of physicality, but has to move his feet a little bit better in those post-up situations.